Good morning, culés. It is time to wake up and Barca live Barcelona news coming at you right here from the Undefeated channel. In today's episode, we're going to do a wash, rinse, repeat on all the transfer rumors. Lewandowski, Raphinha, Dembele contract, Frenkie De Jong, all the normal headlines, the same stuff that we've been chatting about for weeks now. We're going to do a little refresh. We're going to take a look at it again because that's the only news, folks. We're just wash, rinse, and repeat on these transfer rumors, okay? But there are some updates. There are some things to discuss, so make sure you're subscribed to the channel so you can be part of our conversation as we go over all the news coming out of the Camp Nou, have a little bit of caffeine, and have some good conversation with our fellow culés from around the world. That's what we do here on the channel. Yes, it's about catching up on the news, but I'm not here to be a journalist necessarily. I'm here to drive the conversation. I'm here to bring the culés together, all right? All culés from around the world are welcome here on the Undefeated channel. So again, subscribe so you can be part of the conversation. Turn on notifications so you know when we're live. Every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday right here on the Undefeated channel. And of course, if you are enjoying the content, whether you're just finding us for the first time or if you've been here since day one, drop a like before we get things going. It really does help support the channel. Easiest way to show your support is to drop a like before we get things going here. Okay, so again, transfer rumors galore. Raphinha, Dembele, De Jong, Lewandowski, all things Barcelona happening right here on Wake Up in Barca. Let's go ahead and kick things off the right way, my friends.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are now tuning in to the Undefeated Mustache John.
Okay, good morning again. Good morning. And let's start with the headline around Raphinha and Dembele, my friends. This is going to be our top story for today. This is coming from Barca Center. It says, if Dembele and Raphinha are signed, Barca will inform Abde that it's better for him to leave on loan. Collado will stay as Xavi sees him as an interior, not as a winger. Interesting update coming out of the Camp Nou. If Dembele and Raphinha are both going to be wearing a Blaugrana kit next year, we're going to be a little bit overloaded on the wings, okay? So we saw Abde being mentioned there. Memphis is also a concern for me. There were some reports of him maybe being looked at by Juventus, although Juventus did just sign Di Maria and are apparently also looking at the young American Pulisic. So I don't know if there's going to be room over at Juve for Memphis, but the Dutch goal scorer may be looking for other opportunities, okay? Because at this point, if we do sign both Dembele and Raphinha, we're talking about Ansu Fati, Memphis, Raphinha, Dembele, Torres, Abde. He's going to want some playing time. That's 6 right there, okay? It's a lot of wingers, my friends. You got, of course, Aubameyang centrally, hopefully Lewandowski centrally. That's 8 forwards. That's too many to tango, my friends. All right, that's too many forwards. So I would think if we do prioritize Raphinha and Dembele, somebody's going to have to leave. I'm hoping it's not Memphis, top goal scorer from last year. I know he was brought in under the Coleman era, so a lot of you are like, oh, he's not Xavi's guy. Xavi doesn't favor him, blah, blah, blah. I get it. But top goal scorer is top goal scorer. I think he brings something a little bit unique to that Barcelona attack, something that Ansu and Ferran and the others don't quite have. He's got that physical presence. He's got the ability to say, give me the ball and watch what I do with it. Not that Ansu Fati can't do that by any means. But I think a loan for Abde would make sense. I don't quite see how it's tied to Collado. I think Collado will still go out on loan, if not sold. I don't see him fitting in to our midfield. You know, the point here saying that, oh, Collado will stay as Xavi sees him as an interior, not as a winger. Ain't much better in here, kid, to quote Home Alone 2. If Collado slides in the midfield, okay, you're not competing with all those wingers, but you're competing with Pedri, Gavi, Frenkie, Busquets, Nico, Kessié. There's our top 6 right there. So you're going to slide Collado in as a 7th? Not to mention Mirjam Pjanic, if I could say his name right. Idiot. Barcelona still have to figure out what we're going to do with him, too. I've been avoiding that story because I feel like in my heart there's a small chance that Pjanic is actually going to play for Barcelona this season. He came in under Koeman, was loaned out before Xavi came in. He does fit the mold of a Xavi-esque midfielder in terms of what Xavi wants out of his midfield three. I'm anxious about that one, to be honest. I don't even want to really get into it. I want to keep things on Dembele and Raphinha. So here's the question for the chat. Here's where I'll turn and get things going in the conversation. If Barcelona signed Dembele and Raphinha, then the question becomes, who will make room in that senior squad? Does it mean Abde does not get the call-up and has to go out on loan, perhaps? Does it mean Memphis is out? Or am I missing the solution here? Am I missing what Barcelona are going to go for if we bring in Dembele and Raphinha? That's where I will pause. I will turn to the chat. I'll say my good mornings to all you culés out there. We'll see what your thoughts are on the Dembele and Raphinha situation before we move on to the rest of the transfer news. So good morning, Stash Squad. How we doing today? Winston, I see you in there. Winston, thank you for sending me your photo on Instagram. I know Winston and Ryan Scott. I got to get those photos updated. I feel like there's one other person that sent me photos. I've been dragging my feet a little bit on a couple of the updates, on a couple of the updates for the channel. Just been enjoying my summer vacation, but I'll get it done. So thank you for the photos. Please keep sending those in. If you want to be part of the slideshow that I show before these live streams or at halftime of the live matches, please send your picture right down below to @theundefeatedmustachejohn on Instagram, or you can send it to @theundefeatedmj on Twitter. That also works. Excuse me. Morning congestion. Who else we got in here? Guled, hello, sir. Good morning to you. Matinho is with us. We got Ovi. Good morning to you. Sem FC. Good morning, sir. Mike Aragon. We got Coffee in the house. Good to see you. Espa64. Good morning. Michael Talks Football. Good morning to you, sir. Says, so if Barca really want Lewandowski, they must sell Depay and Dest. No way they can keep everyone. Ugh. I do agree that we're going to have to make some room, but I don't think it's going to be Dest. I don't see us selling Dest. Seems like every week with the young American, there's some transfer rumors of us shipping him out, but you got to look at our other options right now. Sergio Roberto, Mingueza, Araujo. All other right back options are not natural right backs. So until I see Barcelona bring in a natural right back, I got to assume that Dest is staying. Add on the fact that Dest can play left side or right side. The experiment of playing him forward as a winger last year due to all the injuries, listen, needed him to do that because we didn't have anybody else, but we all know that that is not his position. So wing back, left side, right side, plenty of versatility, plenty of potential still to grow. And Dest is another one of those players similar to Frenkie De Jong that although he has not played his best under Xavi, although he gets some criticism for not fulfilling the desires of Xavi there, I think that he can benefit greatly from a summer training camp with Xavi where he gets to fully absorb and try to implement Xavi's strategy. And I think Dest gets one more year. Listen, if he's turning things up on the field and things aren't working out, could he leave in January? Maybe. But again, I'll be a little bit nervous for Dest if Azpilicueta comes in and Alonso comes in. Because that means that on the right side, you could go Roberto or Aspi. On the left side, you could go Alba or Alonso. I don't like any of those options, to be honest. I'd go Dest over Roberto on the right, over Azpilicueta on the right, and over Alonso on the left. Not over Jordi Alba on the left, all right? I'm not going to go off the deep end here, but he's a suitable replacement on that left-hand side, all right? He's not going to give you the same number of assists by any means, but it's not like Jordi Alba's a defensive powerhouse out on that left-hand side, okay? So I understand the criticism against Dest, and there's a lot of rumors too. So, Michael, I definitely appreciate the question, but I think Dest stays. I think he stays with us. That's my thoughts. Said, I just added Dest because you can at least recover some cash for him compared to Mingueza. Fair enough, Michael. Good point. But here's the thing. With the financial levers, I don't think we're going to need that cash in hand necessarily. So I don't think we sell De Jong or Dest because I don't think we need that cash in hand. My goodness. Chris E says attacking options for midfield in order. Pedri, Gavi, Collado. Box-to-box options are De Jong, Kessié, Pjanic. Holding options, Busi and Nico. I'm going to pause you there because I think Kessié is going to be more of a holding and Nico is going to be more of a box-to-box. I just don't think Collado is going to be hanging around. I really don't. I think he's going to end up being gone for the summer. What's going on with my hair right now? I think he's going to end up being gone for the sometime this summer. Just saying. Flash, how we doing, sir? Cheers to you. Goulet says, if Dembele and Raphinha are in the same side, who will be in the lineup? The other side is Fati and Ferran. So I suspect that this year is going to be a little bit of an experiment. If we sign Raphinha and Dembele, I think it's going to be a year-long tryout to see which of those two will be a long-term solution for Barcelona. Because as you mentioned, we've got Ansu Fati, guaranteed starter on the left side, assuming that he's healthy. Ferran Torres, who we didn't pay all that money for and bring in to sit on the bench. He prefers the right wing, although he's been playing on the left, filling in for Ansu Fati. So let's just assume everybody's fit and healthy. Ansu on the left, Ferran on the right, Aubameyang centrally until we bring in Lewandowski. So where do Raphinha and Dembele fit into this? Where does Memphis Depay fit into this? If we sign Raphinha and Raphinha and Dembele, all of a sudden, we've got a lot of options on the wings. Still not fully satisfied with what we have going on centrally. Again, until we bring in Lewandowski. I don't know. I'm not sure. I think for me, it'll probably end up being Ansu Fati on the left. I hate to say it, but I think if everyone's playing their best, let's assume we get Raphinha, let's assume we get Lewandowski, everyone's fit, everyone's playing their best, everyone's healthy. I'm going Ansu, Lewandowski, and Dembele. That's probably my starting three. I think Ferran Torres gets plenty of playing time. I think Raphinha gets plenty of playing time. I think Aubameyang gets plenty of playing time. I think Memphis falls out of favor if we sign both Raphinha and Dembele and Lewandowski. So he'd almost have to go somewhere else. And keep in mind, we got Memphis for free. So if we end up selling Memphis for 15, 20 million euros, that's pure profit, baby. That's pure profit. We're not having to pay anybody on the back end. We're not having to balance the books from buying him from some other team. We got him for free. So what we sell him for is all profit. So I think that's going to be the move, is to sell Memphis, who came in under Ronald Koeman, take that profit, splash it around. Maybe that's the icing on the cake that we need to get Lewandowski over here. Maybe that's where we go with things. Not sure. Matinho says Roberto's going to play as a midfielder. I hope so. That was the idea last year while we had Danny and Dest available to us, but we saw how that worked out. Roberto was injured all season, so we'll see. Ernest, good morning to you. Chris E says, who do you think has a higher ceiling, Abde or Iliash? I'm going to say Abde. I think Iliash, he might be one of those Christian Teos, one of those Carles Perez, one of those, who's another one that I'm thinking of? We had a string there of young wingers after Pedro that came in. And I do believe Akamach might be one of those. We'll see. I think both have a bright future, but we'll see. Glenn, good morning to you. Simon, hello. Says, lads, Fati is not going to stay fit. Give it till October and he'll be out. Simon, shame on you for bringing in that negativity. Come on now. Turn things around. We want some positive energy in here. We're hoping for a fit, healthy Ansu Fati all season long. I too have my worries. Okay, if we're going to be realistic, I also have my worries. But healthy Ansu, healthy Pedri, come on, that's going to be huge for Barcelona. Ovi, get out of here. I should have been using Dembele, Cam. I apologize. Listen, we're going to have to figure something out, okay? Because if Dembele renews, I can't keep going with the negativity around Dembele here. So we'll still use this for times when Barcelona gets scored on, when I get angry at people. I'm also going to be putting in some face swaps. But I think For those of you that have been around, you know that will forever be known as Dembele Cam, officially or unofficially, as we go. Ali, welcome to the community. Thanks for subscribing. Glad you found us. Blair Kurd says, what do you think happens to Abde and Memphis if Raphinha comes? So we've been talking about that. If Raphinha and Dembele come, we're going to have to make some room. Abde, Memphis, the most likely departures. Ali says, are you De Jong in or out? I'm De Jong in all day long. Okay, Busquets is going to go to MLS next year. He's going to meet up with Lionel Messi and play in Inter Miami. That's my speculation. I think Luis Suarez is going to join them as well. So Busquets is going to go. I don't think Kessié is a long-term solution. Could be wrong about that. I think he's a supplemental player, a Paulinho, a Vidal, a Mascherano before he dropped back to a center back role. That's what I'm thinking for Kessié. I think in terms of De Jong, I don't know if he'll transition into that solo pivot role or not. He may end up staying box to box and share time with Pedri and Gavi. That might be the case. Maybe Nico ends up being that long-term pivot. I'm not sure. Maybe Xavi says, you know what, I can do a double pivot, and he ends up using Nico and De Jong. I'm not sure. Either way, De Jong has way too much talent to just let go. All right, I think he is a bright spot for Barcelona in that midfield. He's struggled a bit being asked to play in a manner that he's not quite used to, thinking pass first instead of dribble first. So a little bit more time to adjust to Xavi ball. Okay, it hasn't even been a full year yet. We got to keep that in mind too. Got a new manager under our helm here, so keep that in mind, folks. So I'm De Jong stay all day long. I hope he gets a good training camp under Xavi. I think this season is the one where he really gets to prove himself. That's what I'm thinking, folks. Poncho Mike, good morning. Callum, good morning. Who else we got in here? I know I'm missing some folks. Ryan Scott, if I didn't get you, good morning. Ernest, hello, hello. Reminder that we can't forget about Collado. We talked about him a little bit. I know Xavi's saying that he likes him, but I just can't see him sticking around with all the other midfielders that we have. I named the six plus Pablo Torre, that's a seventh. Plus, if Sergio Roberto does want to play in the midfield, that's 8. Plus Pjanic, that's 9. It's a lot. It is a lot. Theophilus says, hey, Stash Squad, I am totally pissed off with the arrogant English media referring to Barcelona's supposed agreement with Leeds for Raphinha as corrupt. These guys are really egotistically arrogant. My goodness, well said. I will say I've been a little bit surprised myself with some of the English media, Chelsea journalists in particular, not talking about Pablo. Pablo's my man. But some other less respectful Chelsea journalists just treating Barcelona like we're some broke nobodies. You know what I mean? And I get it. A big club like Barcelona, when you have the opportunity, you want to take those jabs at us. Be respectful, Chelsea. Be respectful is all I'm saying. Anyway, Winston says, big fan of Frenkie De Jong. I'm with you on that for sure. Seems like most of the chat wants Frenkie to stay. Philippe, good morning to you, says, how will Barca do in Champions League and La Liga? Here's what I'll say. If we land Lewandowski, I think it gives us what I would call a puncher's chance in Champions League, meaning we're not going to be favorites, but if all the stars align and we get the right path to the Champions League final, I could see us there. You look at a team like Real Madrid, and would you have said at the beginning of last year, oh yeah, there's our Champions League winner? No. You have said Man City, PSG, Liverpool, even a Bayern Munich or a Chelsea, you would put ahead of that Real Madrid squad. So there's no reason why Barcelona can't do the same. Just imagine that we have Ansu Fati, Lewandowski, and then literally any of the options on the right wing. I don't care. Dembele, Raphinha, Abde. I don't care. You give me a healthy, fully fit Ansu, Lewandowski, and a midfield with Busquets, De Jong, Pedri, Gavi, and some others coming in to supplement. I like that. Our defensive side is where I have concerns. All right. Ideally, we have Dest on the right, Alba on the left, Araujo and Garcia. I think will end up being the go-to center back pairing this year. The trusty Ter Stegen can find his form, become that German brick wall that we know he can be. gives us, like I said, what I would call a puncher's chance, okay? Not favorites, but we got a shot. La Liga should be ours. No excuse, La Liga should be ours. We should be La Liga and Copa del Rey champions at the end of this year and have a nice run into the Champions League tournament. That's my expectations for Barcelona. Whether we sign Lewandowski or not, La Liga and Copa del Rey champions. That's my expectations for Barcelona. If we sign these big name players, then my expectations go up, of course. But I don't think that there's anything that Barcelona can do this summer to become Champions League favorites. But La Liga, Copa del Rey, that should be ours. That should definitely be ours. Kyle Cash, good morning to you, sir. My stash mod in the house. How we doing? Also says he would be bummed if Frenkie left. Agreed. I think a lot of people would be feeling that one. SJ says we want to see your reaction on Alberto Molero. You should check out one of his YouTube videos. Who is Alberto Molero? You got me on that one. Let's see here. Hopefully I'm not walking into a trap here. Ayush, good morning to you, sir. Let's see. Alberto Molero. We'll bring it up here real quick, see what pops up. Okay. All right. Youngster from Las Palmas. Oh, I have heard of this gentleman. Okay, this is, I think, what some people are saying is the next Pedri. I'm not going to play the video just because it's not worth a copyright strike to me right now. But maybe that's something that I'll check out and look into, and we'll chat about that on Wednesday. I appreciate that question. Philip says Christensen and Araujo are your projected starters. We're going to have some options, folks. Piqué, who I don't think is going to stay fit all year. Araujo, Garcia, Christensen. We might still have Mingueza hanging around, but I don't think he's going to get any sort of significant playing time. Those are our top four. Langlei's to Spurs. Umtiti's going to find somewhere to go play. And then maybe there's an opportunity for one of our youngsters, like a Miko Marmal, to come up and get some playing time this year. We'll see. We shall see. Who else we got? Other questions going on in the chat, my friends. Philip says Garcia's way too aggressive. He'll tone that down. I'm not worried about that whatsoever. I am not too concerned. What else? Oh, I do want to say, I'll say this. This will be interesting if this happens. Here, we'll go to my channel real quick. I just wanted to say a quick thank you for, let's see, in my shorts in here, for the views on my recent shorts. It's been really nice getting some of these quick little videos up that honestly I'm just refreshing and reusing from TikTok. But all the comments on the looking for Kool-Aid's video, oh, that's way too loud. Just very simple, just saying hi. And then I got lots of views, lots of comments from that. So I do appreciate everybody taking the time to participate on the channel, being part of the conversation, connecting with your fellow Kool-Aids from around the world. It's fantastic. It's honestly what I'm trying to do here on this channel. I'm trying to bring together Kool-Aids from around the world to discuss all the latest news, to support the badge, support each other. That's what we do here. Let me just scroll through, see if there's anything that we didn't get to. We talked about Frenkie De Jong. Shout out to Luis Suarez. On this day in 2014, Barcelona announced the signing of Luis Suarez from Liverpool and got him on a hell of a deal, too. Thank you for biting Chiellini, Suarez. I appreciate that. Saved us like 50 million euros with that bite. Anyway, speaking of strikers that we want to come in, this is, of course, quoting Maria Garrido. Bayern Munich is willing to accept Lewandowski's departure with a fixed 50 million proposal. The Bavarian club hopes that Barca ends up taking this step sooner rather than later. Otherwise, he's going to be joining Bayern's preseason tour here. And we don't want that. Don't want that at all. We want to get this deal done. Quote from Pablo Wolves Blanco there. We've talked about all these things. But since we're here, shout out to Pablo. Go ahead and follow him on Twitter. Excellent journalist covering Chelsea, Barcelona, and some other football news. But he says here, Barcelona on the verge of pulling off what looked like the impossible by renewing Dembele and signing Raphinha. Very impressive and another huge indicator of the pull of the club. Got to give big credit to Gerard Romero for his journalism on Barcelona once more. Absolutely. Shout out to Gerard Romero. So, folks, not a lot of needles being moved in terms of progress on the transfer market. Still waiting on Raphinha. Still waiting on Dembele. Still waiting on Lewandowski. Still fingers crossed hoping that De Jong and Dest still are going to be in the Blaugrana kit for this year. That's kind of where we're at, folks. That's pretty much it. We'll do another update on Wednesday. I am going to be out of town again this Friday. I'm going to a music festival. We'll talk about all that on Wednesday. But we're going to be live Wednesday morning, 7 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Make sure you come and hang out with us. If you haven't done so already, drop a like, okay? If you're enjoying the content, it really does help me out, so I appreciate it greatly if you take just a moment, perhaps this moment right now, to hit that like button, show your support for the channel. And if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you do that too. Subscribe, turn on notifications so you know when we're live every time. But our regular schedule, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, plus all the Barcelona matches. All right, we're coming up not too long away. We got about a month left before the season starts. So make sure you're subscribed, all the notifications, come hang out with your fellow culés. That's where I'm going to end things here today, folks. Simon, have fun at the Colorado Rapids versus Orlando match. I hope you enjoy yourself. Ovi, thanks for coming in and spending some time with us. Ryan Scott, a regular as always. Claire Kurd, SJ, Kyle Cash, Ayush, of course, my guys, everybody else who came and hung out with us, the entire Stash Squad. You know I appreciate you. You know I love you. You know I feel incredibly fortunate starting my day with the Stash Squad, with my fellow culés from around the world. Hashtag blessed. All right, so I hope you all go out there and have a wonderful day. Maxime says, John, will you do a vlog for Barca American Tour? Nope. Not going to that. I've gone to some of those matches before. While it is fun, Barcelona typically don't bring the big stars, and if they do bring them, they don't really play them. So the cost of travel and stay and tickets and all that, usually not worth it. For the same cost, you can just go to Barcelona and see them regular season. So I don't know if that'll be this year, maybe next year. We'll see. I'll get back to the Camp Nou eventually. I digress. I got to get out of here. I got to start my day. I hope you all go out and have a wonderful day. Lots of positive interactions, high fives, and hugs for whoever wants them. And I will see you all Wednesday for more Barcelona news right here on the Undefeated channel. Thank you so much for tuning in and taking a ride. Mwah.